I will never, ever, 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 ever go back to my 9 to 5 or any 9 to 5. I don't think I can go back to that one. They probably wouldn't hire me back. But I'm not going back to any 9 to 5. You guys, let me tell you something. Whoo, child. Let me tell you, for me, I never had a job that I liked. I don't know what that feels like. And I know there are people out there who truly love their career, and that's good for them. Like, I'm happy for you. If that's you, like, hell yeah. But I never experienced that. Every job I had, I never got along with management. So it's safe to say that I could have been the problem. And I will own up to that. It could have been me. But that's because I knew I was destined for so much more than the bullshit, than the fuckery, than the favoritism, than the politics, right? It's like I refused to kiss ass. Like that's never been me and it's never gonna be me. I'm not gonna be all sweet and nice to you just so I can get a vacation time approved and you don't fuck with me. Like I'm not I can't get with it. Like I'm not about to sit here and tattletale on somebody that has nothing to do with me. You know what I'm saying? Like there are people at the workplace who will literally go out of their way to fuck with someone so they can go and tell so that they can do what? They didn't get you a raise, it didn't get you a promotion, it did nothing for you. And I couldn't get with all that, y'all. Like it just wasn't for me. And then on top of that, the biggest thing for me was being told what to do. And I know that sounds crazy. I know that makes no sense because like you're at a job, like I feel you, but it's something about someone telling me what to do that just it I don't know, you guys. I've always been like that. Like, I just can't deal with people telling me what to do. Like, I'm a boss. I'm gonna tell myself what to do. You feel me? Like, that's literally how I feel today. And that's how I felt back then. And if you know, you know. Like, you're not finna tell me when I can go on lunch. You're not finna tell me if I can take this week off for vacation. Like, you're not finna tell me none of that. Like, I don't care what policy is. You're not telling me that. Like, I don't care. I don't care. I'm gonna take off when I fucking feel like taking off. And yeah, okay, the fuck. Like, and I still stand on that to this day. Like, it's just not. It just wasn't for me. And the attitudes of management. Like so you can have an attitude with me, but I can't have one back. I can't match energy without getting in trouble, without getting sent home. Where they do that at? Like, but that's really what would be happening at every place I worked. Like that's what would be happening. And then you're dealing with people every single day, your coworkers that you don't even like. Like I said, people will go out of their way just to fuck with you because they're so miserable. So they want to bring you down to their level. And it's not like I would go in there with a bad attitude, you guys. Even though I didn't want to be there, even though I was counting down the hours, I never went in there like with a fresh bad attitude. I literally would go in there in high spirits, and literally within 2 hours, the spirits was down to the ground. Like seriously, but that's because they was always fucking with me. I couldn't just be at peace there. Like no matter how hard I tried to just obey and just do what was said, it was like it was never enough. It was never enough. And I couldn't roll like that. It's like certain people can get away with certain things, but others can't. And I was always in the category of can't. Like other people could come back from their lunch late and nothing happens. Let Jasmine come back from her lunch late. It's a whole ordeal. Like you would have thought I stole something out of there. Like that's really how it would be. But so and so was late coming back from her break for the past week, and that was cool. Oh, because y'all best friends. That's your buddy outside of work, so it's okay. You feel me? Like, let me know in the comments. Like, there's no way I'm the only one that sees this shit. It's all fake. It's all phony. It's I, they pretend like they like you and they're asking you how your weekend is, and then next 5 minutes they're writing you up. I'm not about to tell you what I got planned for the weekend when you just wrote me up two hours ago. Like, we not cool like that, bruh. Like, no. Don't worry about it. Just know I'm not gonna see you for the next 3 days. Like, you feel me? I don't know, y'all. I just couldn't. I couldn't get with it. And because I hated my job so much, I never had PTO. Every time I accrued, every pay period I accrued, I called out. I called out. I never had enough time for a vacation because my vacation was every time I got 8 hours. So I would get 8 hours every pay period. And that was enough to call out. Like, that's literally how I was rolling the last 2 years of being there before I just said, fuck all this shit, and I quit. And, I don't regret it because it taught me so much. It taught me about myself, and reflecting back, the fact that I made it and I worked there for 6 years, like, that's a badge of honor because that place was toxic. And I wasn't even the only one who felt like it was toxic. Everyone felt like that. Like, nobody liked to be there. Everyone was miserable. And that's why they treated everybody else miserably, because they were miserable. But see, I didn't understand that back then. I get it today. Like, I know what's going on today. But back then, I didn't get it. So, it taught me a lot about myself. It taught me how to deal with all types of personalities. Literally, all types of personalities was working there. It showed me how fake people really are. Like, and that's not, I don't think that people are just fake at work. Like, I think if you're fake at work, you're also fake in real life. Like, that's just who you are. It doesn't turn on at work. No, you're fake in real life. Like, your day to day outside of work, you really do act like that. Like, that's not a facade. Like, that's just really who you are. So I learned that. I learned that I am worth so much more than how they treated me there, right? Like, I never got any type of promotions or anything like that. They make you work so hard to get a 4% raise, and then you have to like beg for it. So every year you have like an annual review, and you have to like explain why you deserve more than a 2% raise. 2% raise. I'm not explaining shit. Like, you see what I do every single day. You see what I put up with every single day. Like, why I have to beg and plead and write paragraphs. People would literally be in there writing paragraphs, like writing novels about the things that they've done and why they deserve a 6% raise. Man, I'm not doing all that. I'm not writing novels. I'm not begging you for shit, because once you calculate my little 6% raise, if I get it, by the time taxes come through, it's like fucking 40 cents an hour. Come on, man. It'd be different if it was going to be like $10 more. All right, I'll get to writing. But I'm not about to beg and plead and be like, yes, master, please give me 20 more cents. Please, master. Like, I'm not writing. I'm not doing all that. I'm not doing all that. And then you want me to do it. I couldn't even write my review. I couldn't even write my, what I felt about myself on the clock. I had to do that off the clock. Oh, you got me fucked up. Yeah, if you was on the computer at work typing your stuff, they would tell you to get off and get back to work. So you thought I was going to work on this at home? On lunch? No. You got to pay me to work on this. Like, I just couldn't get with it, y'all. It just wasn't for me. I was miserable. I hated it. And I couldn't self-develop. Like, I've been on a self-development journey now for 2 years, and I've come such a long ways. And there's no way I would have been in any type of self-development journey working in that toxic ass place, because every day they were trying me. They were testing me. They were trying to see, can we make Jasmine break today? And it's like management would get a thrill out of that. Like, they really, it's like, and I hate to say this, but it's like some black women, when they get a little bit of power, it's like they thrive off of that. Like, it's like their chance to just feel superior, and it's like unnecessary as fuck. And I was the youngest one there, so it just made it that much worse for me. Like, that lady was old enough to be my mother, but she was talking to me crazy all the time. I'm like, am I the only one that sees this? Why? My own mother doesn't even talk to me like this. Like, you get what I'm saying? It just was, y'all, it was a lot. It was a lot. And I'll never go back. I'll go on the corner and beg for some money. Like, I can't. And, maybe not all jobs are like that. I don't know. All I can say is from what I've experienced. Like, that shit was toxic as fuck. And, I thank God that I made it out. I've been my own boss for the past 4 years and going strong. Of course I've had my tough months. Of course. It hasn't been rainbows and lilies the whole 4 years. Hell no. But my emotional state, my well-being, my mental health has improved significantly since I left. So that tells you something. It's like whenever if you're doing better once you leave a toxic situation, that lets you know it's not you, it was the toxic situation. And that's not even just work. That goes with friendships, relationships, familial ships. Like anytime you leave, if you elevate, that just lets you know it wasn't you. It was that. So, yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and say I was the best worker. Like, I didn't go above and beyond for my job. Like, I'm gonna just keep it a buck with you. I never went above and beyond. Like, that wasn't gonna happen. I don't care how much you pay. I'm not going above and beyond for y'all. Like, I'm not. But I did what I need to do. Like, if I'm at work, I'm gonna do my job. But you're not gonna get anything more out of me than my job. Like, and what you're asking me for better be in my job description. Because if it's anything outside of that, like, you can fucking forget it. No. No. But. No, absolutely not. But yeah, like, I'll never go back to a 9 to 5. Never.